Like she said, the first place, Miss, whoever your name is, whoever you are, teacher. Cara. Hey, I got this answer a different way. Is that okay? Is this right? Is this cool? And the teacher would have said, hey, yes, that was cool that you got it in this way, and the answer is correct. However, I'm teaching it this way because of this. That's how the conversation could have went. But then somebody just, you're wrong. Like, how you gonna tell the teacher she's wrong, even if she was wrong, but the teacher wasn't wrong? You just learned something differently or had a different outtake on how to do the problem. There was a way to handle the situation. And basically, what I'm saying is, you undermined the teacher. That's why she was so offended, so embarrassed, and so upset.
So I have a question.
So what you can see is my husband on the other side having a discussion about what I was just talking about on Instagram Live that my nephew and my sons came in on, and my husband started to chime in, and I'm chiming in, and I thought, you know what? What if I bring you guys into my conversation, into our house, and let you hear what's going on? So for those of you who don't know, I'm Christy. I'm a homeschooling mommy, working mommy of 5. And so what we have been talking about is an experience that I had in my elementary school. And so this is not going to be your typical video of what to do to be a good homeschooler, not to do to be a good homeschooler. It's just me sharing an experience that I had in events that you don't end up like this teacher. So if you just heard what my husband and my son were talking about, they were debating, right, whether I was right or wrong in something that happened to me when I was in elementary school. So let's start with a backstory, right? So this is story time with Christy. So when I was younger, I was a beautiful child, okay? So I was in math class one day and my teacher put a problem up on the board. I raised my hand, or actually I just kind of blurted out, "That's wrong." And the teacher said, "What did you say?" And I said, it's like, oops, I shouldn't have said that, right? Because in my small elementary child's mind, what I was just trying to say was simply, "Hi, teacher. I have the same problem. I did the same problem that you did a different way, and I got the same answer." But instead of saying, "Hey, teacher, I did the same problem that you did and got the answer a different way," I blurted out, "That's wrong." And she, "What did you say?" You know? And so she began to really attack me. And it was, "Come up here now and do the problem if my way is wrong." And so I was just saying to my husband and to my kids, that's the conversation you walked upon. I felt embarrassed, right? Because when she said, "Come up here," I'm on the spot now. So first of all, you've yelled at me, you called me out, you've talked to me, you belittled me in front of everybody, and now you're telling me, demanding me, "Come up here and do it." So I did walk up to the board and I did do the problem. The problem I did was correct. I answered the problem that I was given, and I got the same answer that she got. The issue was, and this is where my family chimed in, she was salty. Because after I wrote the problem on the board, and even though I had the correct answer, she gave me a yellow slip and sent me out of the classroom. Yellow slip and out of the classroom. You want to chime, honey? He's going to be over on that side because he doesn't do camera. This is my whole thing. But we were just having a discussion because he felt like I was wrong. Do you feel like I was wrong?
Yes.
Why was I wrong?
One, you blurted out.
Blurted out.
2, you did the same thing to her that she did to you. You embarrassed her, you undermined her authority, and you disrupted the class. So there was a better way of doing what you done. Like you said, this was your, what do you say? Her little mind, her... I can understand that, but even when you're in school, they teach you different ways to ask questions or be recognized so that you can speak your mind or say what needs to be said. And I felt that the way you did it was wrong. The way she reacted was even worse. But I'm just saying, can you understand how she felt? She actually felt the same way you felt. Embarrassed, put on the spot. and even challenged. But no, you shouldn't have got a gold slip, and she still could have handled the situation. A yellow slip, excuse me.
Yellow slip and sit out the classroom.
She could have handled the situation in a different way because she was the adult in the situation. But I felt like because of what you did, she reacted instead of, calming down and handling it accordingly.
Okay, so I see
my nephew
both situations right here. So Uncle Man feels like she got disrespected in her own classroom because she felt like she got challenged because she did the answer right on the board and the teacher didn't exactly get the answer right. So I understand that.
Well, the teacher got it right. Like the teacher had, she knew it. But I did so the teacher said 3 + 2 = 5. She got the answer right. And I don't know if I could say. I don't know if I could say it. Right, they do a different way of math. So the point was, just think about a different problem. I got the answer the same answer. So I did get the answer right, but it was just the way that I articulated that I got the answer. And I think the whole point the reason why, and I probably should have titled this differently, just like conversation, chit chat, come chat with us, come conversate with us. And so if you guys are watching live, you're definitely able to type in comments and things and I can answer you, or you can just join in. But the deal is this. It reminds me as a homeschool mom, come around and they can see you, to do and of how not to talk to people and stuff. Hey, mama. Hey. And so it definitely reminds me of just how to think about what I'm saying, how to think about the way that I'm saying it, how to even think about the way that my children talk and the way that I'm perceiving what it is that they're saying, because they don't have the ability always. Because here's the deal with it. I was in 6th grade. So in 6th grade, you would think that you'd have like a high level of, but my 6th grade mind didn't tell me like, don't say that's wrong, or, I got it a different way. Like my 6th grade mind couldn't comprehend that. My 6th grade mind just told me, hey, I got the answer a different way. But again, so if you missed what my husband just said, I saw a few people come on. Hey guys, thanks for joining me. I so appreciate it. He was just saying that I was wrong. I blurted it out. I embarrassed my teacher. As an adult now, and even then, I had no intentions on embarrassing her. I think, honestly, I was just excited. I love learning. Okay, so this is my daycare, or this is my preschool curriculum here. The top are books, and everything else is color coordinated, and anyway, A through Z. So that's how all this stuff is organized. Over there is my homeschool shelf. I love learning. I've always loved it. I think I was just excited to just share, like, hey, there's another way. I meant no harm. I meant no disrespect. I would never want to do that to a teacher then, or even a teacher now. But it was just the way that I came across. And so I do want to, hey, Amy. So I do want to just remind you guys and myself as homeschool parents to be mindful of how we react to our children as we're teaching them throughout the day. How many times, raise 2 hands, 2 feet, can our children say something, or in this case, my nephew is visiting me, how many times have we said something that was rude or inappropriate? Or how many times, have the children with pure hearts just went, hey, I've got an answer, or hey, I've got an idea. And we respond the way my teacher responded to me, like, what do you mean? And that's, I agree with your husband and you. My husband is a school teacher and will welcome input from kids. Oh, different kids from, and it disappeared. Oh my goodness. And it's not like Instagram, but she shouldn't have sent you out because she was salty. So I can't, oh my gosh, I love Instagram because with Instagram, I can go and scroll back up the comments, and for over here, once they disappear, I can't see them anymore. But yeah. Again, I was wrong. I can see that as an adult. But as a child, I was just so happy and just so excited. My little domestic church, I would love to know about your homeschool transition from Waldorf to another curriculum. How much did the way you change from Waldorf style to a most traditional style, if not? Okay, so I'll definitely talk about that. But the point is, we don't always, as parents, we don't always know, or we're not the best, right? We're not the best at anything. We're trying to teach our children and we're trying to do our best, but we're not perfect ourselves. And my point is, I know that we've had some moments like that teacher where we're like, what do you mean I'm wrong? 3 plus 3 is 6. And how dare you, kid, tell me that it's not 6 and I'm trying to teach you something. And how dare you try to teach me? And how dare you tell me that I'm wrong? But I just want to come on here and just share that story with you of what happened a long time ago when I was in 6th grade and how I got my yellow slipped and kicked out of the classroom, right? Because I said that the teacher was wrong. So I just want you to be mindful. Hopefully my title didn't confuse you, but I do want you just to be mindful of how we talk to our children, because I remember that to this day. And I'll give you another example. When I was in middle school, so this was in elementary school. When I was in middle school, I was living in Georgia, and I went to a IB school, which is an international baccalaureate, and so it's international. So children from all around the world come this way. I was in Georgia, but I was going to school in the rich side, over in Riverside, right? And so we had security that was inside of our school. It was a really beautiful school in a really nice area, but I guess it was so nice they had security there. And so anyway, my point is I'm just trying to build up how the school was. And so we had this substitute one time, and the substitute was just talking about being sweet and being kind and being nice and friendly to all those that you meet and why you should do that. And so she went around the room and she was like, I can point to each and every one of you guys and I can say something sweet and kind and nice about each and every one of you. And so to some, she said, you have beautiful hair. You have beautiful this. I love your shirt. I love your this. I love your that. And when she got to me, she said, you have beautiful almond eyes. I had never in my life thought that I had almond-shaped eyes. Like, I never thought about that. But years later, I remember her saying that to me, my almond eyes. And at the time, I certainly didn't think that I was something so beautiful or so special, but it touched me all the way inside to hear this teacher say that I had beautiful almond eyes. And I have never forgotten that to this day. And I've never forgotten to the day when my teacher said, you go to the board and write the answer and you get out of my classroom. So I'm just making a point that our children are going to remember what we say. They're going to remember what we do, whether we're like my teacher was, or whether we're saying, you have beautiful almond eyes. They will remember it. And so I just want to remind you, parents and myself, that it's so important and it really does matter what you say to your children and how you say it to your children. And I just want to let you know that they'll remember the honey, and the honey will go just so much further, the sweet words and the sweet things that you can give and do to them versus the criticism and the yelling and the screaming. And I know that no one starts off their day intending to yell and scream at their children, but we just do it, right? Sometimes as parents, we do those type of things. But I just wanted to talk about that because I was talking about it over on Instagram in the middle of showing the curriculum. I got on live to talk about this foundations books, and in the process my phone died while I was telling this story, and I didn't get to finish the story. So I hopped back on live to finish the story, and as I was finishing, my son, my nephew, my husband came in and we began to have this conversation, and I thought, let's go live. Let's share this with our friends. Let's see what they think about the situation. Little healthy conversation. Let's chit chat. Do you think it was right for the teacher? Do you think that I was wrong? Do you think the teacher was wrong? And if nothing else, just to remind you that it does matter how you talk to your children. It does matter how you let them know that you care about them and how you invest in their education. And one of the things when I was on a live, I was asking to my friends, because I actually had some friends on there who don't even homeschool, but they chimed on just to support me and show me love. And I said to them, I was like, since you're here, what's something that you remember from your favorite teacher? And like, what's one of your most favorable memories growing up? And they just shared different things, different answers. And I thought, isn't that interesting? What they felt was the most important. I was thinking maybe it was a certain smell or a certain treat or certain this or that. And what most people said was just somebody to believe in me, somebody to inspire me, somebody to motivate me, things like that. And so I guess I just want to just talk with other homeschool moms, just to encourage you that, are you motivating your children? Are you inspiring them? Are you encouraging them to be their very best? Like, are you doing those things? Because those are things that really matter, and those are the things that really make a difference when it's all said and done. I have been kind of just chatting to see if anybody was going to just chat in the comments with me or anybody else. And I don't see one, but I just thought that I would get on and share that. And I hope in the future we can have more dialogues and chit chats like this where I can share stories of things that happened this way and stories of things that happened this way. Things that just make you go, and just make you think and ponder about the people that you love because you're so interesting. Oh, so I really am just happy that you guys just chime on here, that you show me love. Even after a long work day when I'm all sweaty and I look just a mess. Thank you for just the love and the support that you, yes, I love a video on that too. We're mesmerized by you, girl. Oh, you guys are the best. I'm telling you, because I don't make as many videos as I could and as I want to, just because I'm like, I can't get on there because I look a mess. I'm always getting off work and I'm always all sweaty and messy hair and no makeup, and I don't want to get on there because all the other YouTube ladies are all flawless, right? And they have all their makeup on and they have this beautiful background, and my background is books and books and books and and projects and stuff like that. But you know, I'm growing and I'm just learning to be a little more confident in what I have to share, and hopefully you guys see what I'm sharing and not what I look like, and did I just get off work, and you know, do I have my normally pretty nails, do I have chip nails, and do I not have on makeup, and all those things. So I will definitely come back on to talk about my my ward off journey. I'll come back. There's a lot of videos that I want to do, but again, when I get off, I look like this and I just feel like they don't want to see me look like that, and you know, they want me to be all polished and all that good stuff. But before you guys go, if you will, just go ahead and put in the comments what videos you are looking for. Keep it real. That's what touches me more and encourages me. And you know what? That's really what it's all about. I really want to encourage us as homeschool moms and just as women, because I feel like we don't get a lot of that, and I feel like that we need that. You know, we need somebody encouraging us and telling us that we're doing okay and we're doing a good job. I remember when I was working down at Walter Reed Pharmacy, and just when I've had various other jobs, they were offering me promotions. They wanted to promote me. They would give me all type of accolades and all types of things like that. But then I feel like when I come over to the homeschool world, it's not like, good job teaching that math lesson. It's like, Mom, I didn't want to do math today, you know? And so it's not as encouraging as it would be if you were working a traditional job. There's no raises. There is not all those, you know, materialistic perks and benefits and things with it. It's not even always, thank you, Mom, and Mom, you're the best. And sometimes it's like, Mom, I just can't stand you, and I just really don't want to do this lesson. Even after Mom has stayed up and worked hard on the lesson, it's not always what our children want. And I'm just being honest with you. Sometimes on Instagram, you see these beautiful women with beautiful houses and everything's just so picture perfect. And that is it a lot, and it could be it sometimes, but that's not always what it's like. Sometimes there's crying, sometimes there's mess, sometimes there's trying to balance it and juggle it all. And I'm just here to encourage myself and just to encourage you that what we're doing matters. It makes such a difference. My word for the year is honesty. It's hard to watch fake homeschool mom perfections on YouTube and be able to keep that in my heart. So thank you all. So I'm actually coming back to share my word for the year, but I'll give you guys a sneak peek. I'll tell you early. My word for the year is together. It's together, because I feel like there's so many things that would try to tear you apart in family and in life, and I am a big family. I represent the big family people. I represent the mom who works, first of all, because I work 45 hours or 40 to 50 hours per week. So I represent the working mom, but then I also represent the big family mom because I have 5 children. So our situation is just slightly different. And so together is my word for the year, because I just feel, again, there's so many things that would seek to tear us apart and have us going in all different directions. And I just don't want that to be us. I really want us to be together. I really want us to gather, and I really want us to be together. I really want to cultivate an atmosphere of love and just appreciation for each other and for us and just in general and stuff. My husband just told me I'm getting chatty. So I don't want to get all chatty, but I just feel like somebody needs to know that when you value homeschool and when it's something that you feel that you're called to do, it is something that you have to fight for and it's something that you have to cultivate, because you know what? There will be a lot of people, again, who are not going to encourage you, who are not going to say good job, who are not going to give you accolades. You know, you're not going to get that, right? So you just need somebody like me to be like, come on, girl, you're doing a good job. Like, I see you getting tired, but don't get tired, boo, because I've got some water. Take a swig and let's keep running this race because we're going to do this together and we're going to make it and we're going to win, right? Like, that's what it's all about. It's not like, oh, we're perfect over here, and if you're falling or having a hard time, oh, well, that's you. No, baby, we're all in this together. We're all in it to just be the best that we can be for ourselves. Still respect your husband's opinion. He's sitting right here looking, listening, and it was actually his idea to come and share this with you guys because we were talking about how the teacher did me, and did the teacher do me wrong? Or did the teacher not do me wrong? And so, again, I just thought we could all just really, especially as parents, take a lot from that example, right? Like, was it wrong or was it not wrong? Because as an adult, I still remember that time, man. I don't know. She was all to me. Like, come on. She could have been sweet. She could have at least pulled me to the side or talked to me after class. Christy, can I see you after class? Christy? Now, I know that sometimes you get these bright ideas. Or your mind can show you multiple ways to do that. And that's a blessing. And so the point I want to make, and I'll stop talking. The point I want to make is the very thing that makes you great is the very thing that also causes you trouble. And so if I had listened to her, again, I wouldn't have been right now. I direct classical conversations, right? I teach a essentials class, right? I public speak when it comes to church. I've been on a TV show, just many of times that I did this public speaking thing, right? And talking in general. I don't have a problem with it. But what if I had really let her get to me? Right? What if when she talks to me like that, what if I said, I'm never going to raise my hand again? What if I said, I'm never going to talk ever again? What if I said, you know what, from this moment on, I'm not going to answer. If I know an alternative way, I won't share it. I would have stunted my growth and so many other people's growth as well. I've inspired so many moms of alternative ways to homeschool. There's more than one way. Okay, where there's a will, there's a way. And so I just want you to also use from that story and from that example that if you have a child that might be challenging to you, what is it that they're saying and what is it that they're doing, right? And take away the negative from that, take away the thing that maybe you don't like, right? And then flip it and figure out, how can I change this into something good, into something positive? You know, that chatty person, that chatty child, you know, they may be the next public speaker. They may be the next teacher. Who knows? But the point is, just keep encouraging your children. And just remember, your children have enough negativity, enough criticism. They don't need you to come and be that same way, right? They need you to show them love. They need you to be that one place that when they have it nowhere else, they can turn to for love and support and encouragement, right? And so as you just continue along your journey, I just pray that God gives you the strength and the grace that you need to endure whatever races that are set before you. And I just want to encourage you, Mom, that you are enough. You are valuable. You are important. What you do matters. Even if nobody else sees it and no one else knows all of your hard work, I just want to remind you that your labor is not in vain, okay? I just want to encourage you to keep on pushing, keep on giving your all, keep on doing your very, very best. And what your best looks like is going to be different from what my best looks like. So let's just make sure that we're trying not to compare, right? Because we're different people on different paths with different things going on and for different reasons. Because guess what? If your girl didn't have to work, I wouldn't work, right? And if you don't have 5 kids, why do you have to cook for 7 people? You know, so you're going to just adjust things according to what's happening in your life. But again, I just want to leave you with this message, just to be careful how you treat people. Treat people the way you want to be treated, particularly our children. We are trying to build a generation that does not need to be repaired, right? We're trying to build children and people who don't need to spend a lifetime trying to heal from trauma caused from when they were children, okay? Amen. Thanks for all you're doing here. I love following you. Oh, we're expecting number 6. Oh my goodness, congratulations. Oh my goodness. I have 4 boys and girls, so I'm really excited. But you guys feel me though? Is that true what I'm saying about how we need to be raising a generation that don't need a healing? How many people do you know that are still broken from things that happened to them when they were children, when they were little? They're still trying to recover now as adults. So I'm just saying, let's just be mindful of the way we treat each other, okay? And then we would have less of that, and we just be spreading more light and more positive. Even if you don't even have faith, okay, you can take that out of it. Still, do unto others as you have them do unto you. Treat people good, you know? And particularly, treat the little people good, especially the little humans that we birthed and that have been brought, you know, given into us. And so if you're just having a hard time right now in your life yelling, knowing how to treat your, not really even knowing how to treat your children, but if you're just having a hard time with maybe yelling and lashing out and not being as patient or as gentle, and I'm not trying to say you need to be, come here, Molly, or, you know, come on for every little thing. Come on, we're not saying that. We want you to be true, but I'm just saying if you just feel like you're really irritable, like you're just really, oh, like stop bothering me, then let me just suggest to you, maybe get some Magna school bus, maybe take a break, maybe do a little bit of unschooling, maybe do a little bit of games, you know, things like that to bring some fun, maybe take a field trip, and I guarantee you, you'll see the joy start to spark back up. So whenever things are getting a little intense or a little tight in homeschool, let me just encourage you that it's okay to take a day, a mental day. It's okay to take a vacation day. It's okay to have a game day. It's okay to just go bake something, just go cook something. Those things are okay. And guess what? They still count as part of the curriculum, right? So I love you guys so much. I truly appreciate you being here and watching me. And until I come back, blessings to...
Blessings.
You want to say?
Blessings. May God bless you.